everybody. We've made a number of these videos now. With everything going on in the world around, I just feel like we need to have as much information about how to look after our mental health and to settle our anxieties as we possibly can. So I've got Zoe. She's a trauma-informed counsellor, and it looks like I'm going to have a cup of tea this morning. Talk to me about this and why we're going to do it.
Okay, this is a mindful cup of tea, Yvonne, and you're right, we're all stressed at the moment, and so this is about doing little brief activities throughout our day that just help to regulate us. We've been using the language of regulation. And so most of us will have a cup of tea or a cup of coffee throughout the day and do it in a fairly hurried fashion. And I'm going to talk you through it at pace, but if you're going to do this exercise
I do it lovely and slow,
you're going to do it
for
lovely
sure.
and slow.
Yep.
And so what I'm going to ask you to do is think about choosing one of these fragrant teas. Most of us at home these days have some beautiful teas. This is not a plug for tea too.
Yes.
Yep. And you're going to, as you're making your cup of tea, you're going to think about where the leaves have grown. You're going to think about the sun shining on those leaves.
Am I putting them in here?
Yep. You're going to think about the hands that have tended those leaves and them unfurling and growing out in the nature. So when you're doing this without, talking it through quickly, you're just going to do this at a lovely slow pace.
And really use all my senses
and really
to think about it.
Smell it, just take it in. As the water is boiling, you're going to be thinking about the rain falling into the reservoirs and the rivers for you to have the water as the kettle boils. And then as the tea seeps for 4 minutes, because of course all tea needs to seep for 4 minutes.
What do I do? Do I run off and watch the news or something?
You're going to be
happening?
mindfully reflecting just about how fortunate you are to be having the time and the space and just slowing the pace down. Pick a nice china cup. You've got my favourite china cup today.
Thank you.
Pick a nice china cup and then go and find a nice space where you can have your cup of tea. This is not then make the cup of tea and rush back to the ironing or the thing that you're doing. It's about going and finding a nice space and just smelling the tea, tasting the tea and having a quiet spot.
And taking some time.
So
turn your cup of tea into something much more, and what we might find is that will settle. That will settle ourselves, that will settle what's going on in our brains, and it will take us away from, being anxious and worried. So how long would I do this for?
At least 15 minutes.
Great.
Clients are really surprised when I talk them through doing this activity, and then I get photos of them having the mindful cup of tea and the feedback of just how much difference it's made. So please just give it a go.
Yep. So how about take a photo of your beautiful cup or your beautiful teapot or yourself having your mindful cup of tea, and just stop. It's a daily practice, and listen to what's going on in your mind and in your heart and in your spirit in this moment, where everything's all a bit upside down. This is one thing that you can actually take control of and have a moment. Thanks, guys.